He's Roger Bennett, Men in Blazers co-host. Pick up a copy of Encyclopedia Blazertanica and check out the 12-part podcast series, American Fiasco, which looks at the apocalypse now, early days of American soccer between 1994 and 1998 World Cups. Roger, good morning. How are you?
I'm nervous, Dan Patrick. I'm sick with nerves. Never for a game, never for a mere sports event have I just been so apprehensive, filled with dread. Haven't slept in 3 days, I'm just warning you. But the notion of an England that wins, it's almost incomprehensible to me.
Okay, but when we talked about this at the beginning of the World Cup, and what was that noise there?
A bunch of books just fell down behind your desk.
Oh, they did. Oh,
That's
okay.
not a good omen. What does that mean? What does that mean for England, Dan?
I thought that was England falling apart right in front of us, Roger. But it feels like, if England could find a way for a painful exit, they always did. So what's different about this year?
Well, the only logical, rational, scientific explanation can be that I became an American. That's all it took. Just needed me to depart from the country, to tip the scale in the other way, to make an England that's glorious. For 28 years, this English football team has suffered, self-sabotaged, gone through a routine cycle of humiliation where these players, our heroes, would strap on kind of like bowler hats or English Tommy tin hats, be on the back of the pages before they leave for the World Cup with a bulldog under their arm and an English flag on the back saying, "We're going to do it, lads. We're going to bring it home." And then they would just proceed to crap out in the most humiliating way where the English jersey just felt like chainmail for them. This team is young, unscarred psychologically. They did something fascinating before they left. They said, you know what? We're not going to win it. We're going to go and we're going to have some fun. One of them said that. We're going to go and enjoy themselves. And at the time, everyone howled at the prospect of English football players actually enjoying themselves. It's antithetical. That we hate success. Steve Coogan once said, if you give an Englishman the choice between his own success or your failure, he'll choose your failure every time. We love failure. And these young guys, it's a lesson about life, Dan. These young guys with limited goals, they never said they were going to win. They said they were going to go and enjoy themselves, and freed from the pressure of their own self-expectation, they've really thrived in Russia, and it's been a joy to watch.
Most popular Harry in England right now is?
There's two that can take the risk, and neither of them are married to a woman who speaks in an English accent called Meghan. There's Harry Kane, our captain, an Englishman who is so clinical in front of goal. He's probably the most German mind trapped in an English body, just absolutely ruthless, clinical. He looks like he's just jumped out of a Sopwith camel after fighting the Red Baron over the English skies and won. I mean, he's just an English archetype. He's our young captain. He's a wonder, a human wonder. And the other gentleman, the revelation of the tournament from an English perspective, is our defender, Harry Maguire, this thunderous. He'd probably be a linebacker if he was born in Alabama or in this great country. He's an enormous unit. He's got a forehead that is as big and as wide as 3 English counties. There's another English player who revealed his nickname. They call him Slabhead. Slabhead! It's like tombstone of a head, and he gets that head on any set piece, and that ball, he can head the ball further and harder than I can kick it. So it's Maguire or Kane. It doesn't matter.
No. I'm talking about Prince Harry. Prince Harry versus Harry Kane.
It's Harry Maguire or Harry Kane. No one cares about Prince Harry. Yesterday's news.
Okay.
We're all about the football. And
okay.
I tell you, in 9 months' time, there will be hundreds of accidental babies in England, and all of them, whether they're a boy or a girl, they'll all be called Harry.
Harry Kane. Even girls are going to be called Harry. I like that.
Yeah, Harry. Yeah, it'll be normalized.
Harriet Kane.
They'll either be Harry or Jordan or Gareth. You can take your pick, boys or girls.
Okay. Speaking of Prince Harry, Meghan Markle is sporting an English accent. Now, I want you to tell me what's the allowable time for an American to establish an English accent where the locals are going to accept that?
She's an actress. She's an actress. She's been training for this role that she's playing for all of her life, I imagine. I believe certain ears, if you are musically trained, then you naturally adapt incredibly quickly. So my cousin, Richard Bennett, a lesser-known Bennett, he moved to America at the same time as I did, and immediately became he started to talk like Michael Jackson. He was like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" I have never had any kind of an American accent because I have no musical ear. He was cursed by having a musical ear. He went mid-Atlantic. So English people hated him immediately because they thought he was American, and Americans hated him because they thought he was an Englishman who was trying to pretend to be American. Meghan may well have a musical ear, in which case she's probably not aware that she's walking around sounding like Dick Van Dyke, just be like, "Oh, Harry, cockles and mussels. Let's go up the elephant around the castle." God love her, but I bet she's got a musical ear. And it just happens. She's done it in the period of time that's known as a Madonna. Unbelievable. Her and Madonna have become more English than the English.
I think Gwyneth Paltrow as well.
All the greats.
Yeah, all of the greats have English accents. He's Roger Bennet, co-host of Men in Blazers, and pick up Encyclopedia Blazer Tanica and check out the 12-part podcast series, American Fiasco. We were just talking about the United States. There was a column written yesterday that talked about why can't the United States be like Croatia? Like, why can't we be as successful and have a team in the semis? So if you were going to, I'm going to make you president of USA Soccer. So what's the...
Thank you. Is that official? Can we announce that now?
We can. This just entered the Dan Patrick Show newsroom. Roger Bennett, who is now an American, is now the president of USA Soccer. All right. Now, so the one thing that has to happen for the United States to be able to compete with the likes of Croatia is what?
The Croatia are a fascinating. They've got these two midfielders, Modric and Rakitic, who remind me of the great UMass guards, Treviso and Padilla. Just two guys with kind of world-class understanding that happen to hail from a footballing culture which is deeply, deeply ingrained. I'm deeply bullish about the American future, I have to say. The one thing I would do, if you look at what England have done, England, who lost to Iceland just 2 years ago in a major tournament and were humiliated, and we're about as low as you can go in the doldrums as we are here in the United States. And what England did, they slayed all the kind of old culture of heroes, all of the guys who had a mentality of failure. They got rid of all of them, and they went into this tournament playing the babies, these guys who were too young to know they had to be afraid. And so in the same way, the United States has this incredible crop of young talent. I mean, you obviously know Christian Pulisic, but there's kids like Josh Sargent from St. Louis who's just moved to Werder Bremen. I think he's just turned 18. A Ginger Prince who he's so common. Reminds me, I met him in St. Louis a couple of weeks ago. He reminds me of the young English players. You know, whatever level he plays at, he feels he's going to score a goal. It doesn't matter. He's just bursting with confidence. We have Tim Weah, who Brooklyn-born, the son of the Liberian president, once footballer of the year, George Weah. We have this whole crop of young talents, and to some degree, finding the right next leader. Funny enough, if I was U.S. soccer president, the thing I'd obsess about, who is going to be the manager of the U.S. team going forward, is going to be the key question. You look at what England have done with this young manager who believes in youth, Gareth Southgate, a gentleman who wears a waistcoat, is so optimistic, incredibly humble, and has kept the mood around his players light, warm, optimistic, made them connect to the fans again, made them use social media in a way which has made them incredibly endearing and lovable. The most important thing that can happen for U.S. soccer is to choose the right manager, someone who is tactically adept with an understanding of world-class football, which is very rare in America. Our coaching is incredibly insular within a bubble, an incredibly low level, and then play these young guys. We need to slay off that older generation, that old hierarchy, the kind of anyone over the age of 30, that would be my law, will not be playing for the U.S. again. Let's stop playing the babies, Dan Patrick.
All right. By the way, in the last 10 minutes, you've gone we for England and we for the United States. So I mean, I'm going to allow it this time around, but, all of a sudden England's doing well, and then you attach the we. You came over here, became a U.S. citizen, and now we're doing a we.
You know what? I do. In every regard, when the U.S. play America, I cheer for the U.S. with every atom of my energy. The English thing is nostalgia for me. It's muscle memory. I realize this World Cup, I've spent hours of my life watching the England team. I have spent minutes of hours and hours and hours, minutes having happy memories. All they've done is give me incredible misery. And it has been fascinating. There's a song that's very popular that's been taken on by England. If you look on the internet, so many memes about it, called Football's Coming Home, which was an English chant from the early 90s, a song that was done by two comedians in the 1990s, a song, a tribute to the pain, the failure, just the misery of being an English football fan. And it's been taken on. Even Prince William is leaning into the camera saying, football's coming home. Even Drake did it today at Wimbledon. And it's a song that started as a joke. And now no one knows how to deal with the fact that it could actually happen. England are just 90 minutes away today away against Croatia. Please don't let it go to extra time. For the love of God, if it goes to penalties, kill me, Dan Patrick.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Fact that England could win. At a time when the nation of England, Britain, is falling apart with the Brexit and the government, front pages of the British newspapers, England falling apart, Britain falling apart, the back pages, the sports pages, England coming together. So it's a nice, thin bit of circus. It's our last hope, and Godspeed to the boys today.
But would you rather, and I don't understand your agony or your pain, but if you knew England was going to lose the finals to France, so would you rather they got to the finals and lost or lose today?
By the way, whoever wins this game, Croatia or England today, France will crush either of them. I have no doubt. France are your 1990, are your France are your 2018 World Cup.
Wait, what were we doing the last 10 minutes? We were hyping up England, and all of a sudden it's going to come to a crashing halt here.
Ultimately, and all of the guys in your studio know that sport is about memories, and the World Cup is about collective memories and shared memories and unified memories. And the World Cup is a rare thing. It unites fans of every club team suddenly to get behind. I mean, just an entire country is rooting for that team. It's an incredibly powerful emotional force, which actually has given me, to be candid, some of my most powerful memories in my life at all. It's sad to say, and I hope my wife's not listening, like so many of my most powerful memories are World Cup to World Cup. And so for England to have another set of memories, that anticipation running into a possible final on Sunday, which I can't even believe. To be candid, I can't conceive of England winning today. I just can't. In my imagination, it's like trying to imagine that space is infinite. Trying to imagine infinite space, infinite numbers, and England that wins is in that category. I cannot imagine those feelings. I want more of those feelings. I don't expect victory. I don't expect glory. I don't expect trophies. I just would like this feeling, these emotions, the anticipation is the greatest thing, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
It's that old Winnie the Pooh quote that the feeling, I'm paraphrasing, but eating honey is wonderful, but the anticipation of being about to eat honey is even better. And I want more. I want more of that anticipation, Dan, if you understand. There's no way they're going to win. There's no way either of these teams are going to beat France, but it's the emotional journey, the roller coaster, the hopes, the dreams, the glory, the shared bonding amongst sports fans. Ultimately, it's the only point of life.
Enjoy the pain, Roger, whether it happens today or it happens over the weekend, okay?
Oh, Dan Patrick and all you guys, thank you for your support of the sport. It's been the greatest World Cup ever. To glory, hopefully to American glory, and to Meghan Markle's English accent.
Thank you, Roger. That's Roger Bennet, Men in Blazers.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.